Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Simone. I make lifestyle videos and vlogs, but today's video is going to be all about books that I have read to become a better person. Okay, so before we jump right in, please be sure to thumbs up this video with the like button below and subscribe. It'll really help me out. All right, let's get started. I have everything on my iPad. Okay, let's jump right in. So I love reading. I feel like through books, I've learned so much more in life than I could have ever imagined. I feel extremely accomplished in how I maneuver life, and I attribute a large part of that to the books that I've read and the lessons that I've learned. So today I want to share with you 3 different categories of books that I've read and what lessons those books have taught me. Okay, first up we have self-help books. This is the genre I will say that I have read the most of because I enjoy all of the work it takes to become a better person. It's something I strive to do every day. And before I started reading self-help books, I didn't even know that was a goal of mine, to become a better person and working for that goal every single day. Okay, so the first book on my list is The Defining Decade by Dr. Meg Jay. This book is about why your 20s matter and how to make the most of them. I loved this book, guys. When I say I love this book, I love this book. This is the first book that I read in a book club setting. So me and some girls from my job got together and we'll meet weekly about the lessons we've learned in this book. And when I tell you, we would have the most profound and deep and just thought-provoking conversations from topics in this book. This book is good. I like this book because life in your 20s is such a weird push and pull of adulthood and adolescence. It's hard to understand what your life should look like within this decade, and Dr. Meg Jay breaks that down in lessons collected from some of her past patients. So what this book is like a mixture of Dr. Meg Jay's expertise and past examples of where she pulled that data from. Okay, my favorite lesson from this book is, and this is a quote from the book, "The only way to figure out what to do is to do something." Okay, and the note I took from that quote is, life is full of what ifs and anxieties and worry, but doing something and taking action, even if it doesn't end up being what you want, will at least teach you what you can do and even open doors to other opportunities. Crazy. I highly recommend that book. Okay, next on my list is No Excuses by Brian Tracy. I will always recommend this book to anybody who wants to do something. Let's say you want to be a millionaire. Let's say you want to open your own business. Let's say you want to go to the gym more. You need to learn self-discipline, and that's what this book is about. So this book is about the power of self-discipline, and I liked this book because the messaging of the book instills that anything is possible if you work hard to develop the discipline to reach your goals. And my favorite lesson is about failure. Okay, a quote from the book says, "Failures feel sorry for themselves when things go wrong, whereas successful people look for the valuable lesson they can learn that will help them in the future." What do you think about that? So anytime that something bad happens to you, instead of thinking, why is this happening? Oh my God, this sucks. This is going to ruin my day. This is going to ruin my life. Why not shift your thinking into, wow, this is a lesson and here's what I'm going to learn from this. Boom. And I definitely did not start thinking about that till I read this book. So another huge recommendation for me. The next and last book in the self-help category of books that I read to become a better person is Don't Sweat the Small Stuff by Dr. Richard Carlson. The message is in the title. Okay, so this book is about simple ways to keep the little things from taking over your life. I like this book because I used to be a worrier, and all that means is that I care a lot about the future, aka the unknown. And this book is a literary chill pill for warriors like myself. One of the lessons I learned from this book is don't treat life like an emergency. And the note I have for that quote is, in the grand scheme of life, most of our daily emergencies truly are not that important, and most of them are just distractions to keep us busy instead of productive. If you can agree with that statement, you need to go order this book from Amazon, go to Barnes & Noble, support your local bookstore or something. But this book is phenomenal for warriors like me, or people who just want to find mental exercises to overlook things that ultimately don't really matter. All right, moving on to financial books. The very first book I have in this category is The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. If you don't know Dave Ramsey, I'm just gonna assume you don't know a lot about money. But this book is a proven plan for financial fitness. I like this book particularly because numbers scare me, and money is just a bunch of numbers. This book breaks down the value of understanding how much control you place over your money to secure your financial future. So this book was full of lessons. Literally every page is a lesson, but my favorite lesson, or would it be more of like a stat? I have two of them actually. The first one is 70% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. I want to be part of that 30% who do not live paycheck to paycheck. And more than 70% of Americans don't believe they'll be able to retire with dignity. Think about all of the people you see maybe working part-time at a grocery store or fast food, you know, minimum wage jobs like that, who are like 70 or past the retirement age. I think now is 65. It's because more than likely, unless they just want something to do on the weekends or something, it's because they do not have the money to retire. And this book will help ensure that that does not happen to you. It'll also help you get out of debt if that's something you're struggling with too. All right, moving on to the next book. This has a really long title, so get ready. This book is called I Can Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. And this is a 6-week program to manage your money so you can live a more fulfilling life. I like this book because I wanted to have a less traditional understanding of budgeting and personal finance. This book has so many amazing worksheets, stories, and data to help you redirect your thoughts on how to make your money work for you and around you. My favorite lesson, oh my gosh, this one was hard to choose because this book has so much. Like, it really changed my thought on how to manage my money, specifically when it came to budgeting. And I'll link a video here on how I actually saved money with a lot of the lessons that I learned in this book. I saved $20,000 in 1 year from learning lessons from this book. But one of my favorite lessons is living a richer life isn't just about dollars and cents. It means making choices based on what you value most. Okay, the last book in the money section is Quit Like a Millionaire. This has 2 authors, Christy Shin and Bryce Long, Leon, I hope I'm saying his name right. But this book is all about no gimmicks, luck, or trust fund required, stop working and start living. I like this book because it's literally advertised as a bullshit-free guide to growing your wealth, retiring early, and living on your own terms. This book was very, very easy to follow, which is very rare for a financial book, but it was super easy to follow, and they have proven ways to manage your money very, very early on. So if you're, in your 20s or your 30s, this is perfect for you. Even if you're beyond that age, this is a really great book to learn how to get out of the thought that when you wake up in the morning, you're working because you have to. My favorite lesson from this book talks about different common mindsets that people have when it comes to money, or just how they really live their routine lives. But one is the scarcity mindset. The scarcity mindset teaches you to sacrifice your time and your health for money because money is life. And that works when all you care about is survival. But the problem with the scarcity mindset is it does not have an end goal. Crazy. All right, we're on to the very last category, and this category is kind of like a mix of work and creativity. I have a corporate 9-to-5 job, but I also do YouTube, obviously, and do other things that use my creativity, and I kind of think of it as a business as well. So that's what this section is about. The first book on this list is called Talent is Overrated. I hope I'm not gonna pronounce this guy's name wrong, but I really don't know. I've never heard it spoken. It's called Jeff, maybe Geoff, maybe that's Jeff, whatever, Colvin, Mr. Colvin. So this book is about what really separates world-class performers from everybody else. And I like this book because it's important to understand the real value of hard work. This book includes studies that prove that talent is in fact overrated. My favorite lesson from this book is great performance is in our hands far more than most of us expected. This book is crazy to me because I always thought that the talented person is always gonna win. But in reality, the hardworking person is always going to beat that talented person. And they have this crazy study in the book about twins who were born and they were taught how to play chess, and they practiced a certain amount of times per day or per week, and it was their goal to become chess masters by the age of like 15 or something. And they both reached that goal, but a few years earlier. And it's just crazy that is just, they knew it was going to happen because they had a proven concept, and I just could apply that to anything in my life. If I want to be the best YouTuber, I have to literally put in the work. That's all I have to do. If you ask any successful person how they became successful, I think one of the things they're going to have on their list guaranteed is putting in the work, putting in the time. All right, and the very last book we have on this list is 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel. If that name sounds familiar, yes, Peter Thiel, he co-founded PayPal. He also made the first outside investment in Facebook. And he was an early investor in SpaceX and LinkedIn. So this man is like, he knows what he's talking about, okay? But 0 to 1 is an exercise in thinking. So it's about questioning and rethinking wisdom to create the future. I like this book because when I found this book, I was the co-founder of a fintech startup here in Atlanta. And I wanted to learn about innovative work because we were developing a very innovative product. And my favorite lesson from this book, among so many, is each moment only happens once. And here's a literal quote from the book. The next Bill Gates will not build an operating system. The next Larry Page won't make a search engine. And the next Mark Zuckerberg won't create a social network. If you're copying these guys, you're not learning from them. Of course, it's easy to copy a model than make something new, but doing what we already know how to do takes the world from 1 to N, adding more of something familiar. But every time we create something new, we go from 0 to 1. The act of creation is singular as the moment of creation, and the result is something fresh and strange. That's why you hear a lot of companies use the term disruptive when they talk about their business, because that's what they're striving for. That right there. This is an amazing book for anyone who loves innovation and filling gaps in processes. So amazing book, highly recommend. Those are the books that I read to help me change my thinking and my overall mindset when it came to becoming the best person I can be. I really hope you enjoyed these books. If you have any questions about them, or even if you have any recommendations, I would love for you to leave that down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you.